안녕하세요, 여러분. Hallyu.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamron. I'm here.
Did you just forget your name?
I forgot my own name.
Who am I? Who are any of us? Welcome.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamron. I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music, and we are super excited to do Outside, the official music video from ENHYPEN.
Yes, we are watching the ENHYPEN virtual concert at 4 o'clock, and so we are recording tonight. That's why we're in like comfy hoodies, because it's going to be a long night, until it begins at 4 o'clock. This is in Japan. Anyway, we have taken a look. Their most recent album is called Desire Unleash, and we've taken a look at Loose, which was the first single, and Bad Desire, which was With or Without You. Love that one. I love Loose too, but I really loved Bad Desire. So Desire Unleashed is their 6th EP. It was released on June 5th, 2025, and it consists of 8 tracks. So I'm very excited. And then you looked into the meaning of outside.
I did. It says the meaning of outside is the pull toward embracing one's darker, untamed side and breaking free from societal expectations.
Very, very trendy. And
very
K-pop.
trendy. The song explores the tension between innocence and desire, showing a transformation from a pretty boy image to someone who crosses boundaries for passion, thrill, and freedom.
They're getting dirty.
Love that. They are. They're getting... Whew. It's about unleashing your true self, even if it's messy or dangerous, and daring to live outside the lines.
Okay. This could be dangerous if you're living outside the lines, or it could just be pushing boundaries and making change. That's how change happens.
That's
you
true.
slowly push the boundaries, and then society decides to embrace it, and it's no longer taboo. So this definitely seems like it's a trending topic in K-pop. So I wonder if these generations are like trying to stand up and say things about kind of that like really not necessarily set, but maybe set kind of cultural.
But they are
like
kind of like
and,
a lot of K-dramas recently have even started going against like the norm. And
agreed.
I just think that it's fabulous. It shows a shift in a needed shift in just kind of cultural ideas and expectations.
Agreed. So, all right, let's see how ENHYPEN decides to live outside the lines of cultural expectations.
And if they're going to maintain their like vampire, like dark, deep like imagery.
Now, to be fair, we have not taken a look at either MV from Loose or Bad Desire, so we might be like kind of a little lost, but I wanted to take a look at the MV since we are reacting, or we're not reacting to, but since we are seeing the concert tonight, I wanted to go ahead and just do the straight up MV, because I figured that might kind of cue us in a little bit more to maybe what we could expect from tonight's concert, or I guess tomorrow morning's concert. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh no, it's tonight. It's in 3 hours.
But it's at 4 a.m. I mean, it's 10, but it's actually already like, it'll be morning because it's 4 a.m. So for us, but okay. All right. Well, here we go. That's intense.
It is intense. That's pretty though.
I love
that that's the still there, and you just have that like, almost like connection instantly with him and his eyes, and
and
it's a pull. It's definitely a pull.
It's very, very intense because he's like looking right into the camera. So, okay. And here we go. It's not very long. It's only 2:20.
Driving hard, I'm top with the question mark. Pretty boy, no I'm not. Oh, you play the Lord.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm saying how I'm fame don't make you go. Was a pretty boy, but it's getting ugly.
Oh, I like that line. It's like great stuff.
Blood moon rises. Oh.
Oh, I I've heard this. I've heard the whole album. I don't know why I just said it like that. But I didn't recognize the intro.
I haven't seen the music video.
But I didn't recognize the intro.
When the night comes to the night,
They are shooting. Oh, the intent to protect you is no longer what's guiding me. Damn. I love the transition between the black and white and the bright colors. Like, it's almost like they're fighting with themselves.
Yes. That's a very, very good take. Like, I recognize the chorus, but this hits so much harder in the video than I think on the album. Crossing the line.
I'm so excited to see what they're going to do at the concert tonight.
That is not anything like I come to expect from
Right?
ENHYPEN. Like
From
that
ENHYPEN.
was the chorus was like I would have been like, oh yeah, that's ENHYPEN. And I've literally heard this album. Like I downloaded it when I first heard Loose. Like I have it, but like there's something about that MV that just made it hit so much harder. Like it was so like the rap centric like kind of I don't do
Right?
have we heard like heavy rapping from them before? Like I cannot think of a single song that was heavy in the rapping from them.
Not from them.
I mean maybe like engines let me know if I'm like just missing something, but like that was so much more like rap centric than I've ever heard,
Agreed.
and it was so hard. Like
It was hard. Like, they were hitting it.
Well, and they're always like my impression of them has always been that they're such nice boys. Like even with their vampire sort of thing, like we were blown away when they did that film.
Bite Me.
Remember when it was well. I don't think we were as blown away by Bite Me. I know netizens were a little bit upset about the Bite Me stuff, but that was more for like the choreography. But it was still like they weren't even necessarily the ones being naughty. It was like the backup dancers.
But there's like,
But-
I don't get a sense of playfulness in this like you do.
Oh, no,
with
they were
ENHYPEN.
not
Like,
playing with this,
ENHYPEN
yeah.
tends to have a sort of playfulness to them.
That is
like,
true. I would agree with that.
A
Yeah.
sensualness that's playful and it's kind of like pulling
Yes.
you in. This was like hard
This was
hitting.
hard hitting. This felt like we had jumped into like mats all of a
Yes,
sudden.
I was thinking
like,
the same
it really
thing.
reminded
I
me
love
of
that you're in
80s
my
mats.
head.
Like it really had just like I think from the wardrobe to like and like you pointed out like the black and white and then the color, it really was like they were warring with themselves. Like and that would make sense because if they're like raised like to be respectful and to follow cultural norms and whatever, and yet they're in this world where they're pushing norms and pushing boundaries, and maybe they're seeing a world outside of their
They're like
world.
stepping outside the box kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, so
Very like symbolic and yet also quite literal in so many ways.
And then they were shooting stuff and blowing stuff up.
And
I was
fighting,
like
was
ooh.
that Jake who threw someone over a sofa? Like that was, and it happened so fast. I was like, whoa! Like what just happened?
The transitions in this were phenomenal.
Yes,
Like-
very well done.
So good.
And the fact that it like came back, like sometimes we've complained about not ENHYPEN, but like other groups that like it's almost like they're hitting the transitions just to get a reaction, and then like they don't cycle back. But I felt like this went from like hard hitting to that like the reverb didn't bother me in the chorus, and it normally bothers me, but for some reason it was perfect. It was an excellent choice for this song.
Agreed.
And then it circled back, and then you went right back to the like heavy hitting, and then you circled
Well,
back. It was
I wasn't
so
even talking
good.
about the transitions in the music. I was talking about the transitions in
Visually.
the actual music video. The visual transitions were
transitions.
so like impactful.
Oh, I mean, I definitely see that too. And I really liked, what was it, like the one aerial shot where you were seeing like a mat, like a swarm of people kind of like coming in. Like, I'm not quite sure, were they being chased, members of ENHYPEN? Like, was it like kind of, were those like the people in society maybe who were like trying to get them to
them back in
conform?
line and conform.
Yeah, like put them back
Oh.
inside that line, not be outside of the line, but come back inside the line.
I think that makes sense. And I
This
love
was
that you had like
awesome.
the race bikes, and they had like, it looked like racer gear, like when they were in their colors.
What were they talking about, the X Games?
The
and
X
stuff?
Games
Yeah.
and things. Oh, the lyrics were phenomenal. Like they were really like telling like a story here.
And I felt like this was really driven by Jungwon's character. Like normally, like I would find a complaint in that like we didn't really focus on the other members that much, but I really felt like we were following Jungwon's story. Like, and I don't know if maybe like in this whole little mini series, if that's the case, because like we said, we haven't looked at the other
true.
MVs, so I'm like curious if maybe we were following a storyline with him. But this really did sort of seem like we were following his story. And like, so they did a really great job in this MV of not like distracting kind of from that. So to the point where I was like, I mean, it's just such a different style. Like, I'm not even sure who was singing what when.
But
like,
I also love that they still tied in like the vampire and the mythical stuff with
Yeah.
like the blood moon.
Right,
and
right.
One of the other lyrics. It was very well done.
well, even that opening shot when it like morphed
when it
or whatever, we
morphed.
were like, whoa, what was that? So this, I probably
So
hands
good.
down my favorite MV of theirs. Like, that was awesome. Of the ones that I have seen, this was just like a total win. They
this was
nailed
a
it.
total win. I like Bite Me Too. It's a different
totally
feel.
different
Like
feel,
it's a
yeah.
total different like vibe and feel. And so I could see like loving both of them for very different reasons.
But this was a really good.
This
Like
was so good.
sometimes we say, and this seems to happen a lot recently. Like the MV is so overwhelming, like you miss
Oh,
the
it's
song,
true.
and I didn't feel like even though there was a lot going on in this one, it still supported the song.
Agreed.
It supported the lyrics. It supported what we were singing, what we were hearing,
And that
meshed
beat,
well.
it
I think
meshed
some of that
very
was
well.
just matching those transitions well, both visually and like in the music, and then the lyrics made sense. Sometimes you're seeing the lyrics, you're reading the lyrics, you're hearing the lyrics, whatever, and it isn't quite matching with what you're saying. Like they've kind of gone too artistic, or there's so much happening, it's just changing too fast in front of your eyes. But they nailed it with this one. This was
They
a
did.
total win. So well done,
Bravo,
guys.
boys.
So if you are fans of ENHYPEN, if you are seeing the concert tonight, let us know. Or actually, it's probably not tonight for you, but if you saw the concert virtually, or if you were in Japan seeing it, let us know. But make sure you like and subscribe down below. Let us know what else we should be taking a look at, because apparently, if this is their norm now, we've missed something. Because
Right? Like we're gonna need to go back and look at the other 2 music videos. So.
it's crazy because Loose and Bad Desire were 2 amazing songs, but had 2 very different feels from each other,
agreed.
and then are totally different than this one. So this was like, I'm kind of digging it that like they seem so different, but I'm curious about that overall
Well,
overarching
and
story.
this gave them a more like grown-up vibe. I feel like for a different reason.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like it's a young adult, but like. Yeah, and I think it's our youth that push the boundaries, that like
Agreed.
force us as a society to change, and that's a good thing. Like I think the older we get, the more set in our ways a lot of people, particularly some of the older generations are. And so it's really great that I think that is kind of changing, even with like Generation X and millennials. Like I think that
Gen
we are
X,
like
Gen Z.
Yeah, we're really trying to change those kind of like
Boundaries and
the boundaries, the cultural kind of
norms and regulations. Maybe.
well, what's it called? Where it's like generational curses,
that's
where you're
like,
just
that's
kind
what
of
I was trying to think of.
you're
like
just
the
repeating the same
generational,
sort of thing. We're trying
trauma.
to stop that. But yeah, definitely. But I mean, this is how we do it.
This is fabulous.
This is where we stand up and say, no, that's not good enough anymore. Like we know better, we do better. So
love that.
love this a lot. So if you like it, let us know.
And if you like drama, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, y'all. Annyeong.